Israelis, they love to tackle big problems, and they know how to work in teams. They know what a mission is. So they're most comfortable when they're working together on a mission. So that's part of why Israelis are so good at startups. You want to succeed, but you also want to have an impact.
So you wrote Startup Nation, and now you've just come out with a new book.
Yes.
The Genius of Israel.
The subtitle is The Surprising Resilience of a Divided Nation in a Turbulent World. A lot of people have said that it's actually kind of important for this time when our resilience is really the key question.
Tell me more inside.
I will.
When you say the genius of Israel, what do you mean by genius?
It's the essence of something, what makes it different than other modern societies. And in our case, we're saying healthier, both mentally, physically, a more actually human society.
There's a lot in this small country. We know that Israel punches way above its weight. I'm trying to find out why.
There's certainly the strong emphasis on education in Judaism and the Jewish people and Jewish history that helps explain why there's so many Jewish scientists. And we have a youthful dynamism here. We have a sense that there's a future here, as opposed to other countries that are rapidly aging and shrinking. We're young and growing. But I think also there's a very strong culture of service, that you are supposed to be doing something, not just for yourself, but for your family, for your community, for your country, for the world. It naturally fits into the spirit of innovation, and particularly startups that have a large impact.
Ironically, Israel's rated as one of the happiest places in the world to live. Yet, if you open any newspaper, it's all about conflict, tragedy, death, and war. What's going on there?
This is part of what led us to start researching to write this book, because we couldn't figure it out. How could Israel be up there with Sweden and Denmark and all these very peaceful, homogeneous countries as among the happiest in the world? Israelis, they're not smiling all the time. They're arguing, they're under stress. Life is not so easy here, but they're satisfied with their lives, I think, because Israeli society is much more about human connection. We're social animals. Humans are social animals. We actually get sick when we're not connected. We need human connection, and what's, I think, in some ways the heart of the genius of Israel is that Israelis and Israel is good at making human connections. We love to do it, and we're good at it. It's like a sacred thing in our society, is to bring people together. And it's made our society much healthier. And also there's the family. The fact that our families not only are large, that we're having a lot of kids, but they get together every week. Not twice a year, but every week. 3 generations for Friday night dinner or during Shabbat. That also very, very healthy, I think, for society and for people generally.
When our enemies understand that, it seems that the designers of October 7th really understood Israeli society, and it's put us in a place of vulnerability.
Well, Hamas believes that Jews in Israel, that we love life, and they're right, and they think it's a weakness, but I think it's a strength. If you look at what's happened after October 7th, the incredible morale and determination, Israelis flying from all over the world, they want to be part of it. It's because they feel so strongly about their country and that love of life.
The future of Israel is in a terrifying state. Are we going to survive?
So we are in a very dark time now, but I think that we've always known deep down that if we stay together as a people and as a country, we're going to be okay. The danger is that we don't stay together. The danger is that we go back to the world on October 6th and not so much what we are now, which is so unified and so strong. If we can stay unified, I think that nobody can defeat us. And that's been the case through Jewish history. It's always about, do we tear ourselves apart? And that's when our enemies succeed, or are we able to stay together? To me, that's the central question. And I think what's optimistic here is that we care so much. There's this deep understanding that we have to be together. We have those instincts and those muscles, and we can do it. You see this also playing out in startups. First of all, Israelis, they love to tackle big problems, and they know how to work in teams because they've been doing that their whole lives. They know what a mission is, so they're most comfortable when they're working together on a mission. So that's part of why Israelis are so good at startups. You want to succeed, but you also want to have an impact. You want to contribute. Your success is part of contributing to the country, and you want to contribute to the world.
How does this reality of being sort of pushed away by the nations, and yet there's this impulse to create a positive impact on the world?
The basic thing going on here is that we're not just individuals, that Israelis aren't just thinking about themselves. They're not thinking just about their career. They're thinking about society as a whole, the group on many different levels. And there's this culture of service. Automatically, if you believe in service, it means you're thinking about things that are larger than you. And that leads you to want to solve problems. It leads you to want to have impact on the world. It's not that Israelis aren't ambitious. They want to succeed. But to them, part of success is to do good in the world, to have an impact on the world. So the minute you stop thinking all the time about yourself, then you start thinking about impact.